Matthew.
All right, time now for a little wellness on this Wednesday. Life can be overwhelming, and that's especially true for children of all ages.
So what are the factors, really, that influence a child's mental health? Here with us now is Dr. Laura Saunders from the Institute of Living. Hi, Doc.
Hello, friends, and happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to you as well. Your hair is looking awesome.
That makes me so happy.
I know. See, you're helping her mental health already. It does look really good. I like the blazer. But, you know, hey, when we look good, we feel good. But is it different, like, for children, the main factors that influence their mental health than, say, ours?
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about what mental health is. We toss this term around, but let's really kind of take a little deeper dive, right? So it includes our emotional, our psychological, and our social well-being. It affects how we think, how we act, and how we feel. It determines how we handle stress, how we relate to others, the kind of choices we make, positive or negative coping skills. It's also really important at every stage of life, childhood through adolescence and into adulthood. But the thing to realize is that there's two factors that influence the mental health of children, and that is their social environment and their psychological environment in the three areas of their life: home, school, and with friends.
All right, so there are, again, two main factors. But first, can you help us define mental health?
Yeah, but defining it really is about thinking about how it affects us, how we think, how we feel, how we handle stress in our lives. And so in the life of a child, there's home and there's school and there's friends. And the way that we offset anything negative that's happened is by having some stability, some structure, some predictability in those three areas: home, school, and friends. We don't need to be perfect parents. In fact, the term is often like, you're the good enough parent. So it doesn't need to be perfect. We have been through a global pandemic, and while I do worry about the well-being of our young people, if we can create environments that has more of an influence on mental health, where we talk about it, where that's just as important as physical health, we can offset any of the negative effects of a global pandemic. And that could be like, you can have a bad day, you can have a bad week, you can have a traumatic experience, but we can help offset or mediate those negative things by having more stability and structure in our lives.
Right, and I love that you say, because sometimes, parents, we go down the guilt train a lot, and, maybe there's been something bad that's happened, or even something traumatic, but you're saying a bad day, a bad week, or even a traumatic experience is not going to set your child up for these emotional problems. You're not, like, damaging them just because life happens.
Right. Life does happen, and there are bad days and bad weeks and bad events that happen to most kids and in every family situation or every family environment. And so what is really important to remember is that it's not a singular bad event. It's really a cumulative series of negative life events, as they're called. So if we can start to offset a cumulative set of events, we can help mediate any of the negative effects of what might happen. But I don't like to minimize the fact that, like, a bad day is like a bad day. I mean, I don't want to minimize it and just say get over it. But I don't want to worry about it either as a psychologist or as a parent until we see it as an ongoing pattern. We all have a bad day, sometimes even a bad week. But if it continues much beyond that, then I'm going to want to look at what might else be going on.
Okay.
Terrific. Well, thank you, Dr. Laura, for your infinitesimal wisdom.
We just got to keep breathing, and we'll get through it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what Karen made me breathe on the way to the restroom today.
A little mindful moment. I said, feel your feet on the floor and breathe as we go to the bathroom.
As we go to the bathroom. There you go. Have a great day.
Take care.
Thanks, Doc.